Remember Corey's Suzuki Samurai? That had a bigger engine, but it did not produce 1,000 horsepower.
Hello, welcome to the Hard Reset. What just happened?
Alrighty, so you went to the big Indy 500.
I did.
Shit, when was that?
I did. Sunday.
Sunday?
Last Sunday, yeah.
May
29th?
May 29th.
April.
I'm like a month off for some stupid reason.
29th plus 1 month.
So what'd you think of? I've never been, so this is what I did. I always watch race highlights.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say right now, whoever does like the video for the Indy 500, they suck. Because it took them like a day to get anything out.
Yeah.
Where like F1, they're like within like 10 minutes of the end of the race.
of it happening. Yeah. That's like the biggest bitch of the IndyCar fan base community is their media.
I mean, honestly, I don't know much about IndyCar. Yeah. There was a time where there was a couple of IndyCar teams that we were trying to work with on some certain things.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was
totally cool.
Oh, Danica Patrick and
oh really?
Oh darn it, what was his name? I can't remember his name. So I did get to meet her. And
did you?
Yeah, she was cool.
Was she cool?
Yeah, I can't think of. I wish I could think of the male driver's name, but like the team manager, he's probably out on a jet ski and eating pizza, not working out, not training. It was pretty funny.
Man, it would have been. I can't think of who that would have been.
Oh, I can't.
I'm trying to think who she was teammates with when she first came onto the scene. I
can't remember.
She drove for.
The most memorable experience about it though was their shop, which where they're rebuilding engines or where the cars said you could eat off of the floor.
Yeah,
I mean, literally, you could probably do surgery on the floor.
Yeah,
it was just crazy how organized and clean everything was, and you're just like, that's how things should be. And then
it should.
You're like walking like a restaurant kitchen, and it's like, holy shit, I'm eating food from here.
Right.
No, thank you.
No, you're right. Yeah. If you went into the most kitchens and most restaurants, nobody would ever probably eat there if you saw what it was really like. But a race shop. Make a race car. Yes, very.
It's like, give me the 13 millimeter wrench. I forgot my fork. You know, I need to eat some pasta. This will do. This will be perfect.
Well, if you've never been to the race, man, you got to go.
Man, I kind of want to.
At least one time just to see what it's all about.
I watched the race highlights from the Indy, and I already knew what it was going to be. It was just going to be them going around in circles. So that part turned me off anyways. And I know they have a road course there, don't they?
Yes.
So I was like, why didn't they use part of the road course? Is that just not what IndyCar is for? Is it just about speed, or
they do use the road course? The first part of the month is the Grand Prix.
Silly.
It was the 106th running of the race.
So then that just comes down to the team engineers being able to determine how much fuel, how long is the tires going to last, was our pit time going to be?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to take away skill from any driver there, because I know I personally wouldn't be able to do that myself. There's no way. I'm not physically fit for it.
200 times over.
Yeah, that's
a few hours and.
Yeah, I might get one good run and I'm be like, my arm hurts.
Yeah, exactly.
My neck hurts. Right. I shit my pants.
I can't concentrate that long. Yeah, I got to take a piss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, you just wee your suit. Is that how that works out?
I've heard that story that's how they do it. Yeah, I heard maybe it was Robbie Gordon actually had a tube. Like ran down
like a
the
catheter?
pant legs of his suit. Yeah. So when he had to take a piss, it all just went down like into the footwell of the. I don't know if they have like a hole drilled or something. You wouldn't want that shit flopping around.
Or those poor mechanics that has to go in and clean all that up.
That's probably the most underappreciated people in motorsport.
Oh, I could imagine.
Is the mechanics and the crew.
Yeah, could you imagine what's going through the minds when somebody like hits a wall and wipes out like half of the car and like, man, we got to rebuild that tonight. I just really want to go relax in the hotel room and
piss out of the footwell.
Right, exactly.
Whether you like race cars or racing or not, it's
more about the environment.
Dude, the atmosphere is probably the best seats I've ever had for the race. You can see there's so much stuff inside the place that you can't see the whole track from anywhere unless you sit in one of the corners. And we could see turn 3, turn 4, and we could watch them go all the way down the front straightaway. And into turn 1. So if you can see 3 out of 4 corners, that's an awesome seat in my world anyway. There's better seats in the front stretch or towards the start finish line where you can see the pits and all that stuff, but you pretty much can see turn 2 or turn 4 and into turn 1.
Oh, speaking of turn 2, Joe said turn 2 was a decent one because apparently there's a lot of wrecks there for some reason.
Where all the wrecks were Sunday.
Was it really?
Yeah.
So she nailed that one.
Of all the wrecks, we saw one. One was in front of us.
Right.
We started in turn 3 and ended up in turn 4 right in front of us, like right in front of us.
That sounds like a really long wreck.
200 and
oh yeah, that's right. I keep
30 miles an hour.
Yeah,
it's going to take you a long time to stop. That's the thing when I race go-karts, man. You don't really realize how fast you're going until you lose it. And
right.
Like, oh shit, I'm not going to stop for a while and bounce off of every damn thing between here and there. Yeah, he hit the wall in turn 3 and ended up right in front of us in turn 4. So that's almost a half a mile.
Yeah,
that's damn near.
That's a long wreck.
Yeah, it was quite a long wreck, and he went into the grass off the track and came back across the track. And
how many cars were in that?
33.
I have a hard time memorizing like the Formula One drivers' names.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a lot better now.
Yeah.
Just because now I'm able to associate I might mispronounce their names, obviously.
Yeah.
But I can associate certain people's names with the car, or maybe even the color of the car, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when I was watching the Indy 500 highlights, one, I didn't recognize any names, and then two, there was so many. It was confusing.
Yeah,
it was like, and wow, what's happened here?
Even if you watch the series regularly, there's 26 or 7, I think, full time.
Oh yeah.
For the 500, there's 33. So there's extras that come.
There's just
for the 500s. There's a few teams that will just show up for the 500 and field a car. Or maybe,
so is that like is it a points based race, or is it?
It is, yeah. It's actually a double points race.
So what would be the advantage if, let's just say you're a dry and rideable BMW, just show up there for the fun of it, I guess? Or
I don't know. They've got to make money somehow. I mean, otherwise they're just probably dropping a couple $1 million just to
go tear something up.
Yeah. And so there's got to be some financial.
Yeah, there's have to be an incentive there somehow
to show up.
And I wouldn't think it'd be brand recognition because, like I said, just me glancing at it, of course, I wasn't there, but it just looked like mass confusion and chaos. Because, I mean, obviously, I couldn't look at any car and say, oh, I'm going to probably get so much hate for this. That's the Chevy Camaro car or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
I know. I've been around the Indy cars and stuff, so I know they're not Chevy Camaros, but
right. Yeah, they have a Chevy engine or a Honda engine. That's as far as brand specific.
So what kind of? Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, as far as recognizable brand is the engine, whatever engine is in the car, the Chevy or a Honda. Oh, that's the only two. They're trying to get a third. I keep saying maybe Toyota, Ferrari even was. Ferrari was in the mixer for a while last year. After
really,
after F1 put cost cap. This year is the first year of the cost cap in F1. So Ferrari has all this fucking money. They're like, what are we gonna do with all this?
It kind of looks like it may have worked out to Ferrari's advantage though. That cap. Well, I mean, so far it looks that way.
Yeah. Quit stepping on their dicks. But yeah, they were talking about building engines for IndyCar for something to do with their extra money from the cost cap that they couldn't spend on F1. They were spending $300 or $400 million a year on F1.
So what's an IndyCar engine? Liter wise, do you know?
Man, it's 1.6.
Oh, okay. So it's like F1 then.
6 liter V6, I think. Something like that. In that neighborhood. I might be wrong. I might be wrong on that. I think F1's like a 1.2 liter V6.
See, I thought F1 was 1. See, now this is where I'm going to screw up the next thing I was going to mention because we're talking about racing is the new AMG that's out. So that is like a road ready F1 car. It doesn't look like it.
Yes.
What are they calling that?
Oh man,
AMG 1 or something like that.
Something like that. I think 1. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but it was crazy because it was like real small displacement, like 1.2.
Yeah, it's so
maybe
small.
It was 1.2.
F1's always been really small displacement.
Yeah, so it was like super small. 2 electric motors, one to spin up the turbo and one to drive front wheel only.
Yeah.
Like 1,000 horsepower. I was like, how'd you remember Corey's Suzuki Samurai? That had a bigger engine, but it did not produce 1,000 horsepower. We thought it did, though.
Not quite the horsepower.
we thought it could do.
We did think it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Remember his silliness? We're like in front of the police station, and he just crams on the brakes and locks the tires up. And it's like, he goes, Brembo brakes.
Brembo brakes, yes. Little Brembo brakes. Yeah, that was his go-to on it. Brembo brakes.
Yeah, but
I remember trying to hold the roof on that son of a bitch one time going up to Covington Hill.
Oh, I know, right?
And then we couldn't.
He
and
was
the son of a bitch
angry.
took off. Yeah, he was pissed, wasn't he? Yeah. I just went to bed, so I didn't want to hear it.
I see. No, this is bad though, because now that I'm supposedly a grown adult, I see why he was mad. He's like, dude, that was the roof of my fucking car that I spent a lot of money on, or his parents did, whoever did, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just pride and joy, and we just ruined it. Well, we didn't ruin it, but we left it behind.
Didn't we go back and find it?
No, I think Corey and I went back. I think you actually did just go to bed.
I did just go to bed. Yeah, you're right. Fuck you guys, you go.
We weren't very good friends, were we? We're like worst roommates ever.
Terrible friends, or the best friends you could ever have. I'm not sure.
I know, right?
There's a fine line. There's a really fine line with that.
I don't know. We had a lot of fun back then. So
it was a lot.
A lot of learning lessons to be learned from it.
Yes.